Hello guys and welcome back to Makeup FOMO. Today we are doing a full face of makeup using only high-end products. Now I know that's a little bit weird because I feel like everyone does like full face drugstore looks, but I kind of feel like since everyone does those so much, I was like, I kind of want to try doing it with all high-end products just because that's a little bit of a different twist on the traditional videos that everyone does. And of course, I know a lot of people do the specific drugstore videos because it's a little bit more affordable, more accessible, and in a ton of more people's price range. But I figured for those of you that love high-end products, maybe there's some of you that only dabble in like the high-end side of cosmetics, which I totally understand. I thought this might be a video for you guys, or some people, you know, that maybe it's outside their price range, but they're just curious what some of these products are like. I thought I would just put this video together for those of you. Of course, I can certainly do a drugstore version of this as well if you guys would be interested. I would love to do that as well. So the look that I came up with is the look on my face right now using only high-end products except for one. I did not have a high-end concealer. I talk about that in the video, but everything else on my face is high-end, and this is super fun, and I like the look that it came out with. I am definitely very glowy, but I guess that's to be expected, and even my lip is very like reflective metallic. So that is the look that I came up with today using only high-end products. And if you guys are interested in seeing how I came up with this and all the products that I use, then just keep watching and let's get started. Okay, so I have to ignore the fact that my eyes are so like red. I think I'm having allergies. I don't think I'm getting cold. I might be getting a cold. I'm just a little stuffy and a little congested. So just ignore that. And I also have like a massive cold sore on the side of my lip. So we're just a hot mess right now, but we're about to fix that because we're going to put some makeup on. I have already moisturized my skin, so we're going to hop right into primer. Oh, and if you hear me sniffle like a ton in this video, I'm also so sorry, but I kind of can't help it. So for primer, I don't really use primers a ton in general, but when I do, it's usually for my pores. So I just have this little mini Benefit Professional primer, and I'm just going to use this and put it just right over the pores right around my nose. This is really the only area where I have an issue with pores, is right around my nose, so that's the only place that I'm going to use it. But I do actually feel like the Professional works very well. Like it actually fills in your pores and you'll notice a difference, so I do like it a lot. Gosh, I look so gross. I'm so sorry. We're gonna fix it. I'm going to use the Milk Makeup Blur Liquid Foundation. The shade I have is light. And then just to be fancy, I'm going to use my Tarte foundation brush. I actually really like this. It's a flat top and it's pretty dense. And then it has a little spatula on the end for any like pot concealers or foundations, but it's like very good quality and it's super soft. This foundation smells like citrusy. Like it smells like lemons or oranges or something like that. It smells really nice. I like to use it to like mostly stipple the foundation in. Not only does it work a little bit better for this brush type, but it also gives you a lot more coverage than just like smearing the foundation around. But this Milk Makeup foundation is already pretty full coverage, so so I actually don't have a high-end concealer. You guys are probably gonna come after me for this, but I had the Tarte Shape Tape and I returned it. I don't understand all the hype. I knew everyone loved it, so I was like, I gotta get this, I'm gonna love it. And then I tried it and I was like, my eyes honestly looked pretty dry, and I don't really have dry skin under my eyes per se, but it looked really dry with it, and I didn't feel like it did anything that like a ton of the concealers I already have don't already do. Like it didn't knock my socks off, and I was like, for almost $30 I can't really justify this when I have so much less expensive things that do the same thing. So anyway, I don't have a high-end concealer. That's actually the only thing that I don't have to use for this video that's high-end, but I am just going to use in place of it my Cover Perfection Tip Concealer from the Sam. This is like an Amazon find. It's super inexpensive. I think it's like $7 or $8, but it's like very full coverage. Like it's very comparable to the claims of the Shape Tape, but for a fraction of the price, and it's awesome. So I'm going to just use this. I apologize, this is the only non-high-end item, but everything so far and everything else will be high-end, I promise. Okay, so I feel like I'm looking a little less sickly now, which is good. I'm just going to fill in my brows really quick. I'm going to use the MAC Spiked Eyebrow Pencil, and then the Benefit They're Real Tinted Gel. Okay, so now we just need to set the face. I'm going to be using my Bella Pierre Under Eye Banana Setting Powder. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder in Translucent Light. This is just a little sample size. This is the full size of this, and I really, really like this. It's like the perfect shade of yellow. It sets under your eyes really well. This is like so nicely milled, and it's such a nice shade that it's like undetectable, but it kind of does what it needs to do by setting your under eyes, and the yellow shade really brightens too. This Cover FX powder does look pretty good though. It kind of makes you look like airbrushed, kind of like a filter effect. Right? Looks kind of flawless over there, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, what the heck? So for the rest of the face products, I'm going to be using the Becca Après-Ski Glow Face Palette. This is so awesome. This has highlights. It has a couple blushes and a bronzer. I've tried this out quite a few times and I'm loving it so far. And one of the things I love the most is it has this massive mirror and it opens like all the way. Like, see how it doesn't, you know how some, like my Cover FX highlighting palette, it only goes to like there. And I'm like, what the heck? Okay, maybe not there. It goes to like there. But this one opens all the way, so you can like really use this for your full face. So I'm going to start with the bronzer, which is the Bronzed Bondi. I would say this bronzer, as you can tell, it's not like super dark by any means. That's it in the pan right there. So I would say, I mean, I'm pretty much as fair as I get right now, and it works perfectly for me. I think you could definitely build it up if you are a little bit darker, but if you're like medium or even deeper than that, I don't know how well this shade would work for you. So for blush out of this palette, I'm going to be using the shade Blushed Copper, which is this like, it's a blushed copper. I haven't tried this specific shade yet, so let's see how that looks. Ooh, that's pretty. It almost looks like a tiny bit like reddish, mostly bronze, like a brown color with a little bit of like a red undertone. That looks nice, and it's definitely not, like, it definitely has some shimmer in the pan, but it's not coming off like super shimmery. And then for a highlight, I don't know what I want to use. There's Rose Quartz, Icicle, and Opal in here. Opal, I know I love. Icicle, I think I want to try Rose Quartz. I haven't tried that one ever before, and it looks super pretty. It's just like pinkish. Wow, it is snowing. I feel like it's like always snowing whenever I'm filming these videos. I live in New Jersey. It doesn't actually snow like that much. It's just kind of coincidental. And it keeps snowing on the weekends. Like, we talked about this. It needs to snow on the weekdays so we can get out of work. So anyway, I'm going to put a little bit of Rose Quartz in the highlight areas. But it's not like blinding. I think it's not subtle either. It's kind of right in the middle. I think it's really pretty though. And I have a dry skin, so I don't have an issue with oil, so I always put some highlight like right pretty much all over my forehead. I know if you have oily skin, you probably wouldn't dare do that, but I love how that looks. So now that we are all set with the powder products, I'm going to set my face with my Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. I love this setting spray. I actually have a backup already because I love it so much. It has the nicest mist. You actually have to hold it relatively close to your face because the mist is so fine that it doesn't really shoot very far, and it literally feels like you can barely feel it on your skin. The little water droplets are so small, but it is actually so illuminating. I had to go take some allergy medicine because this is getting ridiculous. But don't I look like extra glowy now? Partially because of the highlight, but partially because of that Cover FX mist. I love it. I highly recommend it. So now we're going to move on to eyes. I'm going to use my I'm going to use my Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. I've been using this for the last couple days and I just love it if you haven't seen it before. I love the packaging of this. It's so like slim, and the pan sizes in this are just freaking huge. I really wanted to whip this palette out to use it. And to prime and start out with, I'm going to just use the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I don't always prime my eyes either, but when I do, it's usually with this. So like I said, I'm just going to do something pretty minimal. I'm going to start with the shade Safe Word, which is my absolute favorite in this palette. It's like such a nice cool toned transition shade. And then I'll probably put a little bit of Dominatrix to deepen it up, and then maybe a little bit of Frosting or Charm. We'll see how it turns out. I just feel like this shade is so different than a lot of transition shades in a lot of palettes because it's so cool toned. It's almost like got a taupey undertone. I just love that about it. I'm going to use a slightly smaller crease brush in the shade Dominatrix. This shade almost has like a plummy, purpley undertone. Do you see that? It's almost like a burgundy brown. So I'm kind of liking how cool toned this is, so I'm not going to actually add any of the other colors, like Charm, which is that orangey one, but I do want to use this highlight shade just on my brow bone and inner corner. Whatever is left on my brush from that, I'm just going to drag onto the eyelids so that there's just a little something there, but not too much. So that is all I'm going to do for the eyes. Pretty simple, but if you guys are interested in seeing like me do something more with this palette, I would be happy to do that. Just let me know. So now for liquid eyeliner, I'm going to use my Stila Stay All Day Liquid Waterproof Eyeliner. This is actually one of my favorite eyeliners. It has such a nice, super fine tip. And it's super black, and it does stay all day, obviously. I'm not gonna do a wing. I feel like if I do that, my eyes are so watery because of my allergies, will literally end up with like eyeliner all over my face. So I'm just gonna stick to the top lash line. And then just to set that liquid liner, because I literally cannot not set my eyeliner. It's like not setting my face. I feel like I can't do it. So I'm just gonna use my Naked Basics palette, just the black shade Crave in here, and a little angled liner brush. And I'm just gonna set right over top of that. I don't have, like I told you, I don't have oily skin, but I just can't not set my face. I just feel like it's like not wearing a bra or something. It's just one of those things where I just don't really feel right or complete if I don't set my foundation. And I just don't feel complete if I haven't set my eyeliner. And then I'm going to throw a little bit of MAC Costa Riche. This is just like their kind of really warm, almost reddish brown eyeliner pencil. It's like my favorite eyeliner. I prefer it over black. It's a little less harsh, and with my hazel eyes, it really brings out the green, which I love. Granted, this is probably just gonna end up getting wiped away with how watery my eyes are, but it'll last at least for the rest of this video. And then I'm just going to curl my lashes and apply a bunch of the Tarteist mascara, like probably 2 coats of that. And like, can we just talk about how much product comes out? You see that whole top part is just extra product. I do love this mascara. I feel like it kind of does everything. I think it lengthens, it adds volume, it separates. It is a rubber wand, which I prefer over like a bristle wand because I think that it distributes the product a little bit better. And lastly, for lips, I have not tried this yet, but I really want to. It's by Pretty Vulgar Cosmetics, and it's their My Lips Are Sealed. I think it's like a metallic liquid lipstick in the shade Weeping Willow. This packaging is to die for. It's like that soft matte packaging, and it's like super heavy. This is gonna be like real metallic. Whoa. I like the applicator. It's super easy to use, and this is like real metallic. It's very, very comfortable. So I'm going to go finish my hair and get dressed, and I'll be right back to wrap up this video. Okay guys, so that is going to be everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I feel like I look a little less like death now, and I'm feeling a little bit better after I took some of that medicine. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I can definitely do a drugstore version if you guys are interested in that. Like I said in the intro, I kind of just feel like those are done a ton, so I just want to do something a little bit different, but I can certainly do another version of this if you would like. Just let me know. If you guys are interested in any of the newest high-end or drugstore releases that are coming out and some of the sales that are going on, especially right now, like the post-Christmas year-end sales, we have all that stuff featured on our blog. We have a calendar that shows you all the sales, the time period that they run for, and then of course we have a ton of posts covering all the newest releases that are coming out as well. So if you're interested in any of that, of course head over to our blog, makeupfomo.com. We always have it linked down below for you guys. If you guys would like to subscribe also, we would love to have you. We have a ton of fun here, and we love having you guys and interacting with you guys. And until our next video, I will catch you guys then. Bye guys.